next thing I wanted to ask you, Simon, actually, again, was kind of about the style of learning, because university teaching and the way we learn is quite different from school. And so maybe you could just sort of briefly touch on kind of what the main differences are between the two and how people might adapt from one style to the next.
It is very different in most cases, so it can take a few weeks to get used to it. So the first few weeks of year one we normally call the transition period, and most of the material is delivered through lectures. Most of your practice will be through homework. Now, in terms of the style of content, the sort of material we're going to present you with, compared to school physics, it will probably appear a lot more mathematical. So that's the major difference between, say, A-level or IB physics and degree level physics, is suddenly there's a big injection of the mathematical sophistication to it. But we'll ease you into this. It might seem like a bit of a shock when you attend your first few lectures, but everyone does get used to it pretty quickly. And again, so we'll be teaching you the maths alongside the physics, so don't panic if you are rusty on any of those topics or the notation. So that's probably the biggest change in terms of the material. In terms of the style of learning, again, we'll talk about workloads in a bit, I think, but around about half of your mental activity becoming a better physicist will be in class. So in lectures, in labs, tutorials and so on. And the other half will be homework. So around about 20 hours a week will be private study. Now that might sound like a horrifically large amount of homework, but it's all integrated into the day, a lot of it, so it's between classes and in the computer room and so on. But it really is that practice, getting good at solving problems, some of which are closed textbook kind of problems and some of which are a bit more open-ended. It's getting used to that and picking up the skills to solve those problems and not be worried about them. Picking up those skills through practice and through attending classes. That's probably quite different from the learning style you've experienced so far.